Today is a hectic day. I'm running late. PG Avo, look at that. Hey, I'm right now in front of the hybrid art fair. Here you can see the sign here, and they are queuing up to get into the fair. And right now it's 15 minutes to its opening, and they require all of the visitors to be here 15 minutes in advance. So I'm right on time, and I really need to go inside right now. But I just want to quickly show you the building outside. That is the Plaza España big hotel building. Like a Chinese entrepreneur, one of the most wealthy in the country, bought it, but then they didn't allow him to moderate it, to change anything. So he sold it because he couldn't do anything with it because it's a historic protected building. And now I'm really curious to see what they did with this building that nobody was allowed to touch. Let's get inside. It's really unexpected. And the bathroom full of bubbles. Play as you are. In the shower, in the bathroom. Nice. From Berlin, Alemania, Germany.
¿Pero qué es lo que hace?
Esto es una mini cámara.
Sí, mini cámara.
Bueno, bienvenidos.
A group of Madrileño artists in Berlin made an artist collective and coming back to Madrid for the art fair. Why not? It's really cool. Hello.
You were here last year.
Yes, I
I
was.
remember you.
Oh, cool.
Sure.
It's a party.
Post-pandemic time.
Post-pandemic
We are eager
party.
to party.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah. Here, there's, ritual in the woods, what happened last night. It's difficult to explain.
What happened last night? Cool.
a crazy night.
It was a crazy night. Wow, look at this. The Consergio de Transporte de Madrid. Party! This is the best. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Right now I am in a little garden in a quiet corner. I just came out of the hybrid art fair, really exciting art fair. For those of you who don't know, it is a new concept art fair for emerging galleries, emerging artists, and new collectors, really energetic, really young, and all of their fairs were taking place in a hotel chain, like in the hotel rooms actually, on the hotel beds with art on it. And for those of you who did not know my channel, I have made other videos before. I always covered the satellite fairs of Arco included, of course. And this year I was hesitating. I was thinking not to go because from my experience, usually hybrid is taking place in the Petit Palais, really crowded, like a boutique hotel, like small rooms. And right now, in the end of the pandemic, it's kind of not so wise to go to squeeze with hundreds of people in the same hotel room, hotel bed. So I thought, okay, let's check, their security measurements, their sanitary measurements. And I went and I see their invitation. It's nice of them to send me an invitation. It's at the Hotel Rio. And I was like, wait a second, I don't know what is Hotel Rio. And I checked, it's in this massive hotel building, one of the largest in Madrid, right in front of the Plaza España. So I thought, okay, 4-star hotel, new facilities, big building. It must be very spacious, very airy, so I could go. I was really confused with the app to go inside of the fair because although they sent me an invitation, it's not a physical one. It's a digital one. I have to register through the app. But then the other 3 fairs I went, they had 3 different systems. The drawing room had this old RSVP system. I did, which is no problem. They had me on the list. Then our vanity had Favor, which is an app, I think international app with English version. And then the Art Madrid had their own system, which is called Billeto or like a Billeto or Bigetto, I don't know. So they had their own system. And I didn't even know which app to open when they say, like your ticket. I was like, wait, like I have 3 apps for 3 different fairs. Like which one are yours? So I hope the next time all of them can like get together and decide on one of them. And actually the app they used is Eventbrite. It's actually one of my preferred application or event management system. So it's really good. So at least they choose a good one. They scanned my ticket and then I went inside. And I'm surprised to find that this year let's say there isn't as much hotel-like as before. Before you go inside, you know it's a hotel room. Like the art were laying on the bed, and it was very, very much you go into someone's bedroom. But this time, because it's a 4-star hotel, very contemporary, very clean, very new, so it wasn't as much as, in the sensation of being in a hotel room than before. But it's not a complaint. I preferred the fact that they had everything, sanitized and new and clean. But it was different. So this is the room for la latente. And I noticed that there wasn't a bed because they took it out to make space for art. And this is new because in Petit Palais they couldn't. So now they could. It's something, I guess, positive. There's more space, more art, more air. Nice. In the past, they offered the free beds to the people, to the gallerists. So they pay for a package with the fare, with the service, with breakfast and the bed. So they paid once, like I think 10% of going to a large fair, like really cheap, really economic, but having very good services in one package. So I was like, where are you gonna sleep, right? Like you took out the bed. And before they couldn't take out the bed because also the hotel chain was so small. Petit Palais, come on, the name says petite. You cannot really say, remove this 10 bed for me. You cannot because they don't have the storage for 10 beds, right? They are not a warehouse, they are a hotel room. So this one they could because it's like a massive hotel chain with a lot of empty space. So they just moved the bed somewhere else. There are more rooms for people to walk around, to see the art. So in a way, it's more like let's say a gallery or like, a cozy home gallery rather than like a bedroom fair. So it's less eccentric, less hype, but I think they did a good decision to change, to make this art fair adapting to the new normalities, to the pandemic. And in general, I enjoyed the fair. I met some new people, I met some old people, which I'll be showing you in this video. Is it the first time you are at Hybrid?
Yeah, it's the first time.
Welcome to Madrid. I was going and then someone stopped me and said, hey, Mo, how are you? And I was like, Laura. Laura won the prize as a new artist for the last year's Hybrid. So she got a chance to exhibit her work in one of the booths, and I had a talk with her and included her in my video last year, which I will drop a link in the description below. And because she recognized me, and it was like really nice sensations, like you're going back to a group of people, social connections. So I really liked this interaction. And she showed me the gallery, which was really funny, like a party, like a crazy party. You see glitters, you see, herbs, if I may say. Well, that's legal. No, in Spain it's legal.
No, it's not legal.
What? Weed?
No, weed is not legal.
What?
Not in Spain, no.
What I have been told all my life.
Not yet. Maybe soon.
They're not real. I think they're like basilic or something because I smelled it. They smell like nothing, not out of the ordinary, right? And they have, of course, the powder, which is fake, of course. The Consergio de Transporte de Madrid. I was like, the production cost of your art is getting... Yes. It's really, really funny, and I really enjoyed this particular booth. And I moved on. I saw different like communities of artists. I saw another familiar space, which is the White Lab. I went last year for the Women's Day feminist exhibition. I made a video about it, which I will drop a link below as well. So I saw some, familiar faces. I said hi. We recapped of what we did during the pandemic, like how did you spend your time during the lockdown, kind of thing. So I went to another booth with like watercolor paintings, and it's kind of like interesting. So I asked the artist, "What's the concept? Why you paint small? Why you paint this? Why you paint this?" And he's like, "You know what? I was called the last minute by the gallerist because the other artists, the original artists who were supposed to show, sent the work through boat from Canary Islands to Madrid, and the boat sank. They couldn't show the works of the other artists, so the gallerist called me up and says, 'You're from Madrid, right? You have works, right? Do you want to come?' And he's like, 'Hell yeah, I want to come.' So he came running with all the works, with whatever he had, right? So he just threw everything on the bed, and he said, honestly, like, I don't have a concept, but I was like, it's good. Like, you're adapting to the situation. There is opportunity. You took it because you think it would fit you. that's good. I'm generally happy for how it turned out, not only for the artist but also for like the fair, like hotel room, COVID, small space, a lot of people, a big no-no. But they were able to pull something together and make something out of what they had. Wow. This is really eccentric, a bit rustic, and very chaotic. Oh my goodness. Someone would disagree with me. Actually, I went to another gallery and he said this is his second time. And he said, honestly, I would prefer the other place. And I said, why? Like, he's like, last year when I went, there were a lot of young people, really cool. They were really passionate about art and they were so passionate, and they were like asking me about everything. And I thought it was a better vibe. And this year it was not so much of this same vibe. And I was like, you know what? So I explained to him, you need to reserve exactly the same time. You have an hour and a half to see all the art, and you need to be there 15 minutes before, otherwise they will cancel your reservation. Now there's a long line behind me. And you need to wait in a long line. You need to be put in the elevator, counting heads. Of course, you need organization. And it's not the same people who want to go to a boutique hotel or to a 4-star hotel. It's not the same people who would organize, who would plan. It's not the same. You cannot impulsively go anywhere right now because everything takes a lot of planning, a lot of calculation. So I don't blame, for the organization to put it this way. Actually, on the contrary, I appreciate them, their effort. But of course, it's different. Everything will be different ever since COVID. Like, there is before COVID, there is after COVID, and I think it makes sense for someone to say, I prefer my art fair before COVID. But this doesn't happen, anymore, because what we have, the situation, and maybe one day we will go back to some sort of normality, but not now, not today. So, of course, unfortunately, we have to put up with a lot of restrictions. It's a nice hotel lobby. It's a lot more luxurious than the usual hybrid art fair location, Petit Palais. But, of course, there are good and bad and different advantages. And in general, I'm just appreciating the fair and the fact that we are going to go back to some sort of normality and we can continue our life. But nothing is like before. I didn't write anything down as a script. I just talked to you guys about my impressions. So this video isn't exactly the serious review, like art market trends and review of events. It's rather like a vlog of telling you what I've experienced. And I had a fun day. I walked around in the city center and met a lot of people, new people, old people, and saw plenty of art. Although hybrid has changed a lot and is no longer the same hybrid at the same location, of course, the place is important, but I think there's still the same fair with the same organization, same spirit, same mission statement. They still offered good price for young galleries, the young artists, giving opportunities to people who might not have the opportunities to show their art or to purchase art within this kind of environment, meeting the artists, talking to the artists. And because I had 4 art fairs and 4 openings in 3 days, I didn't have time to make the review for the drawing room, the Urbanity. It doesn't mean that those 2 I prefer less or something. I like all of them. They are very different, and I'm going to make the videos, and I really hadn't had the time to, because it's kind of time consuming to organize myself. And now I have a new Chinese channel. I'm making also the Chinese content. I'm running 2 channels, going to 4 art fair in 3 days. So excuse me if I haven't been able to provide you with the timely information. And I want to share with you some really funny incidents happened yesterday and today, like really super funny, like the weirdest experience I had the whole year. So I was going to meet my friend for dinner, and I was going to buy some flower for her. As I was looking at the flower store waiting for the light, I looked down, there was something shining, and I picked it up, and it's a ring It's a ring, like a gold ring, like legit. And I was like, okay, maybe it's fake gold. It's a toy, you know. No one will throw a ring in the middle of a busy conjunction and nobody pick it up. And I looked and it says Beilin. It's a woman's name, and it says 1910-96. It means it's October 19th, 1996. And I was like, oh my goodness, it is a wedding ring. Someone lost the wedding ring. Okay, so I think I want to make some sort of art kind of project, you know, making some kind of stickers, posters, and looking for the guy who married Beilin and trying to trace their lives and imagine their stories. They've been married for, you know, such a long time. Let's see how is their marriage. I'm sorry, maybe after the guy lost the ring, their marriage is at stake. And that's another motivation for me to help the guy recover his ring, and it's an adventure for sure. And today, as I was going through the hybrid art fair between the rooms in this very dark hotel chain alley on the carpet, I saw a shining thing again. I was like, no, like I literally dig gold out of a road, literally, like, and I saw this shiny little thing, and it's actually air ring. I don't know if you say air ring because it's not for the hole. I think it's for the air bone. I don't know how to call this. If you know, leave me a message in the comment below. So I saw this and I was like, what is it? And someone has lost it. So I have two jewelry, one from Avenida de America, one from the hotel room of hybrid art fair. Funny experience, you don't pick up someone's gold wedding ring every day on the floor. So, and the second day, another one. It's like, what is going on? So that's all for today. I'm gonna go and hunt some food, and I will see you tomorrow, I guess. So this is Bolidismo. Nice, and it's like a gallery of light boxes. Quite cool. Quite special. Look at the Milan rubbers. And the first impression I had was like, they're lucky to be here. There are curtains. It reminds me of the exhibition at the Galleria de Cristal, Art Madrid, and it was so sunny, and they would not be able to show any work if it's so sunny. So it's a perfect location for installations and light boxes. Ciao.